Hold on, I didn't clear my throat. Love. I sound just like her. She sounds just as bad as I do, so F y'all. What's up, party people? Welcome to another episode of ReparTay. If you don't know by now, I'm going to be your host on this journey, and my name is Taylor May. This week we're talking about love. A lot of people had a lot of opinions, and I'm really excited to share some of those with you guys because it was a very heated discussion. But before we dive into that, you already know what you got to do. Stop and hit that subscribe button below. Come on now, you don't want to miss out on what's coming up. You definitely want to catch up on what's already happened. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So this week's topic is, what's the difference between love and being in love? Not bad, right? Now, I don't know why this is such a hard conversation for this generation to have. It seems like y'all break out in highs when we start talking about feelings, unless y'all singing Booed Up by LMA. It's like y'all are allergic to feelings. It's the craziest thing. It's a question that we ask ourselves all the time, and nobody really has like a concrete answer. You know, we're asking our friends, and our friends are just as young and stupid as we are, so they don't freaking know as much as we do. We ask our parents, and they give you like some old religious philosophical answer, and you just like, I don't really think that's it. The dynamics between how generations date has switched up so much that your parents may not be able to adequately express to you what love is and make it make sense to your generation's lingo. This generation of we ain't catching no feelings. What is that? I got all the feelings. I got a lot of feelings. Let's discuss it. But before we get into my personal opinion, let's go ahead and check out what some of the party people had to say. What is the difference between loving someone and being in love?
He loved his mom.
Just flip it. What is the difference between love and being in love?
Oh boy, okay.
I love Nia. I'm not in love with Nia.
I say love is something that's like surface level. You know, you can love a dog, or you can love to play sports, but being in love is more of an intimate, personal experience where you love like a person or a particular thing.
You can love someone because of
Loving is
like
caring.
right, loving and caring for somebody. But I'm not in love with Nia.
So what's in love?
In love is like
Six.
Woo! There are so many opinions surrounding this topic. But we don't want to miss out on those who have submitted their comments via Instagram. So party people who submitted on Instagram, now's your time to shine. Here we go. NAB Bonds said the difference between love and being in love is actions. She's a woman of few words, so that pretty much wraps it up for her. Kamaria.Ray said loving someone means holding them accountable. Being in love is like blindness. That's a pretty good one, sis. Ansley.06 said loving someone can be eternal. Being in love can be brief and momentary. Okay. And lastly, YoungKing_94 said loving someone is ownership. Being in love is partnership, a bond equally yoked. He also said that loving someone is a rush. Being in love is a steady stream of emotions. Now that we've listened to what our party people had to say, here's my 2 cents. There was a moment in church where we had a series back around Valentine's Day about love, kind of geared towards married couples, but there were still some pieces that us single people or people who are not married but in a relationship could grab hold onto, and this is something that really resonated with me. If you're a Christian like me, you know what the word says. You know, love is patient, love is kind, it's not judgmental. You know, God is love, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. There's a lot of examples of love in the Bible, but I didn't really know how to relate those to my natural feelings that I have here on earth for my significant other. And my pastor broke it down so beautifully. She said that love is not an emotion, it's a choice. God gave us the choice to accept salvation or deny it, right? So her point was basically, if God made salvation a choice, why wouldn't he make love a choice? He's not going to force salvation upon you, so he's not going to force love on you either. There, you know, we always like to get wrapped up in our feelings and say, oh, God made this person for me. This is the person I'm supposed to be with. God told me that. And while you may have heard some direction from God to move that away, I don't think that God made just one person for us. Because if he did, he would make us choose that person. He would make us choose salvation. But in this case, love is a choice. You have to choose to be committed to this person. You have to choose to sacrifice for this person. You have to choose to endure the hardships with this person and accept the ebbs and flows that comes with a relationship. It is a continuous choice. Now here's the part that I loved about that sermon. She said, you choose to love based off of your integrity, to love the way that God has instructed us to, and not our partner's performance. Let me back that up for the people in the back. You choose to love based off of your integrity, to love the way that God has instructed us to love, and not your partner's performance. Layman's terms, what does that mean? And when you choose to love, you love in spite of differences. You love in spite of arguments. You love in spite of little nuances that piss you off. Like, you love him in spite of the fact that he got ugly toes. You love her in spite of the fact that she draw her eyebrows on every day. She ain't really got no edges like that, but she, her lace fronts be popping. He got that little receding hairline in the back that he ain't really trying to let go of, so he just keep cutting his hair lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. You love them in spite of all of that. And you love them based off of your choice to love them and not because of your partner's performance. So if your partner pissed you off that day, you love him in spite of that. If your partner, disappointed you that day, you love them in spite of that, because it's a choice. Love is, I think we confuse love with an emotion, and we get so wrapped up in how we feel, when love is actually quite logical. So I have to logically and mentally choose to pursue you and to love on you. That is my choice. Because emotions make you feel like you don't really have a choice, but logic does. So do I think that there's a difference between being in love and loving somebody? No, I think they're the exact same. I think you choose to love regardless of what you call it. I think we try to overcomplicate things. You got the talking stage, but then talking's not really being in a relationship. And then you got dating, but that ain't dating exclusively, which is a whole nother thing, which is separate from being in a relationship. Stop confusing stuff. Make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. We try to label everything, and everything just doesn't need a label except relationships. Those need labels. Okay, keep those lines clear and keep them lines strict. Love, we try to make love so much. I mean, it's an overwhelming thing, but we need to just condense it and keep it simple. Love is complicated, but that's only because we keep making it complicated. So in summation, what do I have to say? I think that there is not a difference between being in love and loving somebody. I think that they're the exact same, because you have to choose to love that person. And how you choose to love that person should be based off of how God told us to love. That's all I got, man. I'm only 25. I'm still figuring out love myself, child. It be some days, Jesus. But anywho, that's all I have for this week's episode. I hope that you were able to take a little small piece away from this episode and apply it to your daily life. Thank you, party people, as usual, for submitting, whether you gave me a video interview or whether you submitted a comment on Instagram. Follow my social medias if you're looking to comment and give your input as well. You can also go to ReparTay.com and enter your submissions there after you subscribe. Make sure you go to ReparTay.com and subscribe, and then you'll be able to give those comments every week on those anonymous submissions, as well as read through some of those blog posts. I'm choosing to love y'all, so I love you guys. Thank you for riding on this journey with me, and for now, that's a wrap. So I'm out.